everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today's video, as you can tell by the title, is a men's gift guide for Christmas. So most of these gifts are under £50, definitely under £100. I am not one to splash out on Christmas. We've never really done that. Me and my husband did it on our first ever Christmas together, and then that is literally the only time we've ever done it. We will just buy like smaller presents or things around £50, and quite a few things are also aimed at dads. As you know, I am more of a parent channel, but there is lots of ideas, so perfect for your husband or partner or your own father or even your grandfather, or it could be for your brother as well, or even just like a male friend in the family. So I've got my cup of tea in my gingerbread mug, and I'm literally going to crack straight into it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to read off all the ideas that I've come up with, and I have done actually quite a lot of research on this, and I just tried to find things that were a little bit different and things that people may not have really thought of, or things that they were aware of. So I've got everything in my trusty gold book. I have had this book for so long. It has been my YouTube book, and I always pop things in here. I've got all my baby names in here that I did from baby name videos, and I've just got all sorts of lists in here. So my men's gifts are in this list, and then I'm also going to pop the things on the screen. Everything will be linked in the description box below. Some of the links will be affiliate links where I make money from that link, and then others will not be. It will literally just be the link that I can find for this particular item. So I'm going to literally just jump straight into it. The first thing that I think is great for a male present is a beer subscription. So there is plenty of websites now where you can subscribe to a beer subscription. I'm going to pop a few on the screen now. Yeah, so most of them fall between £20 to £30 a month, and the main one that I've seen is called Beer 52, and you basically pay the subscription per month and it will send those beers to your partner, your father, like whoever you've bought the subscription for. And there's lots of different beers. There's craft beers, and you can also choose from like dark beers, light beers. I think you can choose from like IPAs, and I mean, I'm not really into my beer, but I feel like I know a little bit because I have got men in my family that do love a good beer, and they love like a craft ale and things like that. So you can kind of choose what you want your subscription to be based off. My next idea is literally a really simple one, and people probably do this anyway, but it is some Calvin Klein or designer boxer shorts. I feel like as a male, like what boxer shorts you have on, I don't know, like I feel like a woman can easily just wear knickers from Primark, but I feel like for men it's very different. Like my husband Josh, all his boxers are either Calvin Klein, Tommy Hilfiger, or like Levi, I think. So he's always got a nice pair of boxers on, and I feel like I always buy him a pack every Christmas, or my mum or dad will, or someone in the family does, and obviously it just kind of builds up your boxer collection, and then a few need thrown away. And I just think it's a nice present because you're not gonna go, I don't know many men that would literally just go and buy themselves a pack of Calvin Klein boxer shorts, but I just feel like it's a really nice thing to have as a Christmas gift. Next up we have Calvin Klein bed shorts. So my husband again has Calvin Klein bed shorts. You can either get them, well, you can have the short version, or you can have like the long pajamas. And again, I just think that's a really nice idea. Like, I don't know many men that sleep fully stark naked, and Josh doesn't like to sleep in his boxers that he's had on that day, but then it would be stupid for him to put on fresh boxers for bed to then put fresh boxers on the morning after. So he wears Calvin Klein bed shorts. He's got about 3 pairs, and I just think you can't go wrong with a pair of Calvin Klein bed shorts. Next up we have this amazing on-the-go coffee machine. So I think it's by xoxo or something like that, and you basically put a pod in the machine. It's a little handheld like tablet tube type size, and you fill it with water, and it basically makes you an espresso on the go. So the tablet comes with a little cup for it. Like, I just think it looks absolutely amazing. I think it's perfect for anyone that might work on a building site, someone that travels long hours and ends up like spending loads of money on takeout coffees. So someone that like obviously someone that drinks a lot of coffee. My husband drinks a lot of coffee, but because he works in the gym, there is a coffee machine in there, so it would be pointless for me to buy him something like this. But I feel like if you have someone in the family that does a lot of driving and they end up spending loads of money on takeout coffees, or someone that works on a building site, or like I'm just trying to think of something, I don't know, they might be a professional climber, or they might go on hiking weekends or walking weekends, and I just think it's honestly the perfect present for that. And it's actually a really, really good price, and also I just think it looks really smart, and it actually looks like it makes quite a good coffee. I was really tempted to buy my partner one, but then I just thought he's actually probably never going to use it, because he doesn't really, other than bike riding, he doesn't really do anything like that, and he doesn't go on bike rides very often. But I do think that is a great present. Next gift idea I've got is a TRX set. So a TRX is a great piece of equipment for anyone that is into lifting weights or into keeping fit. So you can hang it over your door frame, you can hang it like in your garage, you can hang it on a hook in the ceiling. There's plenty of places you can hang it. So if you have a partner that, or a partner, a husband, whatever, that likes to do a lot of training but finds it's difficult to get to the gym, you might have just had a baby, a TRX is a great piece of equipment, because there's so many things you can do with it. Like you can do like pull-ups with it, you can do press-ups, you can do a lot of ab workouts, you can do squats, there's just honestly so many exercises you can do with the TRX. You can pick them up really cheap on Amazon, you can sometimes find them in like Aldi in the special buys, even places like the Range sometimes do a TRX. But if Josh didn't work in a gym, I would definitely be buying him something like that, because obviously he's got the time to train because he actually works in the gym, but if he didn't, he wouldn't really have the time. So I would definitely be buying something like a TRX. So next up, I found this amazing steak hot rock. So if you have someone in the family or your partner that absolutely loves to cook steaks or tunas or anything like that, is literally like a homemade hot rock, and they can cook their steak or their tuna or any sort of meat that they'd like to cook to their own desired taste. And I just think it's like a really nice fancy thing to do, like on a Saturday night you might have a bit of a date night and you can get the hot rock out, and you can also have loads of different ones. So it can, some of them come with like a hot rock and then like 3 dishes for like sauces, or you can have a hot rock with like side dishes, or I think there's one where there's like 2 hot rocks. But what I'm going to do is just leave the link for the actual hot rock website that I found in the description box below. Next up, I found this ELEMIS skincare set. So if you have anyone that you know that's a male in the family that's into their skincare or into looking after themselves, or you just think that they just need a push into looking after themselves, then this ELEMIS skincare set is absolutely perfect. So I've found it on a few different websites, but I'll link the few that I found in the description box below. But I just think sometimes men, they just need that little push sometimes, don't they, to sort of look after themselves, treat themselves, you know, have a nice moisturiser, have a nice facial scrub, an eye cream, or like a beard cream or something like that. And if you were just looking for something a bit more luxurious for your partner or your dad or your brother or your granddad, like it could be any male in the family, or your gay best friend or your brother, like it could be anyone, your brother-in-law, like I just think that it is a lovely little luxury gift. So on Not on the High Street, I found 2 board things that you can get. So I've seen these ones before, and it's 100 films. So you literally either scratch off a film, like scratch off like a strip, and it tells you what film to watch, which I do think that's a really lovely idea, because sometimes you're searching for a film for absolutely ages, and I think with something like that it kind of forces you to watch that film. So there's 100 films. It can either be in a poster like that, or you can get it where you like, it's like in a list of 100 and you just literally work your way down the list. And then I also found one called 100 Things to Do with Dad, which I just thought was honestly like the sweetest thing ever. So it's like a bucket list, and it's literally like, it comes in like a poster that you can sort of hang on the wall or obviously pop wherever. And there's things on there like make hot chocolate, go metal detecting, have a barbecue, visit the zoo, like there's just so many things, like make a paper aeroplane, go to the theatre, bake a cake, write a story, make lemonade, visit a local historical site. Like, I just thought that that was really, really sweet. So I feel like if you have a dad or a partner that's just really sentimental and really likes to do things rather than receive objects, I just thought that that was such a nice idea. I'm actually really tempted to get it for my husband, but I feel like my little boy is just not old enough, because obviously he can't do a lot of those things. But I think if you've got older kids and, you know, your partner, your husband likes to do things like that, then I do think it's actually a really nice idea. Or even for your own dad, like if you're not spending enough time with them and you think it would be a really nice idea to kind of force yourselves to do more things together, I just think that's a really, really sweet idea. Next up is books. So I think there's loads and loads of books out there that are great for a man. They're great for a man's mindset, and I don't know, like if you have a partner that likes reading, then I do think that this, like, certain books can be really good. There's obviously certain autobiographies, there is novels, and then there's your sort of self-help books. So my favourite self-help book, and my husband's favourite, is The Subtle Art of Not Giving a and I would highly recommend that one. And then also Marcus Rashford's book You Are a Champion is meant to be really good, really motivating, and also Ant Middleton's book as well. So I just feel like books are just like, they're just like a stocking filler out. They're just like a really nice simple present. And if you know that your partner, your dad, or whoever is a good reader and they do like to read books, then I do just think that a good book is a good present to have for a male. So next is vouchers. So I think vouchers for any local restaurant or restaurant you've never visited before and you would like to, or even something like Go Ape. So if you are quite an active family, or someone that you're buying for is quite active and they like doing adventurous things, I think Go Ape is fantastic. Or it might be like your local skiing, indoor skiing centre, where they do like either skiing, sledging, snowboarding. You could buy some vouchers for there, buying them snowboarding lessons or skiing lessons, maybe something that they've always wanted to try but they've never ended up doing. Or buying vouchers for like your local shooting range, or like clay pigeon shooting or paintballing. So I do just think vouchers are a good thing, because again, sometimes I find that people will not pay them for themselves to do that, but if someone pays for them to do that, then they'll really enjoy doing it. So that's why I feel like vouchers for actual like days out are a really great thing. So next up is gonna be sort of like in the clothes section. So there's this gorgeous New Balance jumper from ASOS that I got my partner. So it's still in the plastic wrapping, but I'm going to pop a picture of it on the screen. And I just think it's a really nice jumper. I feel like it would literally suit anybody and it would be to anybody's taste. So I don't want to take it out of the packet just because obviously it's a present and I don't want to ruin it. I'm also hoping my husband never watches this video. I don't think he will, because he literally doesn't watch them unless I'm in the room. But if you are watching, then happy Christmas. And then we also have a dressing gown. So my partner needed a new dressing gown. His dressing gown is disgusting, and I actually picked this up in TK Maxx for £25, and it is actually like a crew clothing dressing gown, so it's like a really, really good quality. So TK Maxx honestly have a great choice of dressing gowns for men. So it was meant to be £85, this dressing gown, and I got it for £25, so it had £60 off. It's so soft, like it's just a gorgeous black dressing gown, and it just has it has a hood on it, and it just has like a little label. I mean, there's no point me fully showing it to you because you might never find this dressing gown in TK Maxx. But TK Maxx honestly is a winner for men's clothing. Like, there was so many choices of dressing gowns. They also have loads of like shirts, jumpers, jackets, coats. Again, you can find your Calvin Klein boxer shorts from there as well, I'm pretty sure, or even just like any nice branded boxer short. But a dressing gown, again, I think it's a winner. I don't know if your partner, your dad, your brother, whoever wears a dressing gown, but most of the men in my family do actually wear a dressing gown. My mum got my dad one from the White Company, that was really nice, but it was out of my budget, I am afraid. But I will link a few dressing gowns in the description box below. But honestly, get yourself to TK Maxx, because it is just the place to be. Like, it is great for men's clothing and men's items. So another one from food, like a kind of like the food section, is a spice set. So there's many like sets out there that sell loads of different kinds of spices and loads of different sauces. If you have someone in the family that loves cooking and they're really into like hot things or spicy things or just different flavourings, I do think a spice set is a really nice gift. Probably more of a stocking filler type gift. I guess it depends on how big it is and how expensive it was, but I will tag a few on the screen and also in the description box below. But I do think a spice set is a really good item. And then next, I also think the hotel chocolate like dipping gift set is a really nice thing. So if you have a man in your life that loves chocolate, I think that the hotel chocolate dipping range is absolutely great. So it comes with like 3 different flavoured chocolates in the middle that you melt in the microwave or the oven, and then it comes with lots of different like things to dip in. So there's like chocolates, nuts, marshmallows, like things like that. Again, probably more of a stocking filler, but I do just think it's a really lovely present, especially if you have a man in the family that loves chocolate. Like, I just think it's a great little gift. It's something different. You're probably not going to get many people buying them here, and again, like, I know that my husband with presents is a bit like, I don't want anything. So I think if you have someone in your life that's a bit like that, then it's just like a nice gesture to just be like, do you know what, here is your present. Like, you love chocolate, I've really thought about it, and there you go. Like, and you just cannot beat hotel chocolate either. I just think the chocolate is amazing. It's packaged well, it's designed well, it tastes unreal, and I just think it's a lovely little gift. So lastly, I'm going to end on a sentimental gift, and I bought this for my husband last Christmas, and it is one of the Hooray Heroes books. So this says When Casper Grows Up, the Daddy edition, and it is just such a lovely book. So obviously it's personalised, like Casper's got blonde hair, blue eyes, it's got his name on it, and then in the beginning, like, you can write your own little note in there. So this says, to Daddy, blah 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 blah, love Casper. And then it's basically a story for dads to read to their little boys or their little girls, or even I think you can base it around granddads and brothers. Like, I just think it's such a lovely personalised gift. Like, Josh absolutely loves this book. And it basically just starts with, good morning sleepyhead, I've been up for a while, sitting here by your bed as your dreams made you smile, wondering where your mind goes when your eyes close, and wishing I knew the world you travel through. And then it talks about how, like, he'll be living his own story, blah blah blah. The world calls me Josh, but only you call me Dad, and of all my jobs it's the best one I've ever had. Now I'm thinking about the things you, Casper, might do, where you might end up, what's in store for you. And then he starts to tell about how, what he thinks he'll be when he grows up. So there's then loads of different things that he thinks he'll be when he grows up, like a chef or a rock star, everything like that. And then at the very end, it's like basically just saying that whatever you do, set your mind to, believe in your heart and let it guide you. A hug is one thing you'll never outgrow. That's just how it is, Casper, because Dad says so. Good night, little one. Sleep tight. Your Dad. I just think, honestly, it's just such a sweet book. And if you're looking for anything personalised for your partner or your husband or your dad, then this is the book. I do think they have different types of ones as well. This one's obviously just based on like when your son or your daughter grows up. But yeah, it's just such a lovely little keepsake. Like, obviously we will keep this forever. Like, literally we will obviously never get rid of it. It is personalised to us. It was Josh's first Christmas present from Casper, and yeah, it's just such a lovely little book. I was looking at getting another one actually, for him, like a different one, but I think when we have another child I will obviously get one like that as well. So yeah, that is what I'm ending on. So I hope that you've taken something away from this video. I hope I've given you a few ideas. Like I said, I really tried to sort of think it through and think about things that you may not come across very often, or just things that are really obvious as well, and you just think like, oh, it's, you know, it's too obvious, I'm not getting that. But in reality, it's actually a really nice present. Like, I just think that men definitely are not as fussy as us women. Like, us women are the ones that buy the presents, we wrap the presents, like we do everything, like we all love Christmas. And I just think men are just very easily pleased, so just try not to like overthink it, and just don't feel pressured into spending a lot of money on your husband or your partner or your dad or your brother or your son. Like, just try not to feel pressured. Obviously if you can afford it, then that is absolutely fine, but if you can't and you're really worrying about Christmas, then just really look deep into things, and you can really find some nice sentimental gifts for like 20-30 pounds. Like, this book I think is about 20 pounds, but I just think it's such a gorgeous sentimental gift. So thank you so much for watching, guys. Please make sure you hit the subscribe button. I've got plenty more Christmas content coming up in this Christmas 2021, and I can't wait to see you all real soon.